the femur. Make sense? To form which joint is this? Hip joint. You know that, right? Hip joint. So this joint is very strong joint. Makes sense? Because the acetabulum is what? Deep or shallow? Deep. You see here, it is very deep, right? Glenoid cavity is what? Shallow. So this is weak, right? This is what? Strong joint. Sometimes, instead of dislocation of the head, what happens? The neck gets fractured. Get fractured because the head is so strongly secured. Okay, it will not come off easily. So that is the hip joint. Now, first we'll see the ilium. Very simple. This part of ilium is called iliac crest. What? Iliac crest. If I show you mountain, I show you the top part of the mountain. That is called what? Crest, right? Crest of mountain. So this is the top part of ilium. That's why it is called what? Iliac crest. Okay. Then you see there is a fossa in the inner side of the ilium. Fossa is what? Like this, I mentioned before, right? Depression. So that is called what? Iliac fossa. Iliac crest, iliac fossa, because both are in ilium. Okay. Then, in the back, there is a large U-shaped area. You see here? U-shaped area is called what? Notch. Remember that? So this is called greater sciatic notch, because sciatic nerve goes through this area. Sciatic notch. And then you have another notch here. You see? So this is bigger, that's why it is called what? Greater, right? And this is smaller, that's why it is called lesser. So greater sciatic notch, lesser sciatic notch. Not difficult, okay? Now, we'll see the ischium. The ischium has two structures, you see. This part is pointed. This is called spine. This is called what? Spine. Ischial spine. Because it is a part of spine of ischium. So ischial spine. Clear? And this rough area here, that is called ischial tuberosity. You remember I told you deltoid tuberosity? So this is rough area called what? Ischial tuberosity. Is it clear? So ischium has basically two structures. This is called what? Spine, and this is called tuberosity. Make sense? Then, in between the ischium and pubis, you have a large opening in this bone, right? This is called Obturator Foramen. Obturator Foramen, okay? Obturator nerve and femoral arteries, blood vessels go to the thigh. You see here. This is obturator foramen. This is obturator foramen. So, from the pelvic area, large blood vessels and nerves should go to the thigh, right? From here, the blood vessels and nerves should go to the lower limb, right? So that's the passage, the main passage, okay? But sciatic nerve goes through the sciatic notch area. Okay? So those are the structures. Now these three pieces or parts, this is whole part is called what? Ilium. Posterior back is ischium. Posterior front is pubis, right? These three parts of this bone start to ossify or start to develop from three different points. One from here, this part, another from this point here, another from here. And they grow, the bones grow and join, fuse inside the acetabulum. So that's why acetabulum is the meeting point of those three parts. Make sense? The bone is formed from three centers. Three centers, okay? and then start to grow at the same time, and fuse where? Inside the acetabulum. Make sense? So that is the hip bone. If I ask you which side's hip bone is this, right or left? The simple way, when you grab this bone, this is the greater sciatic notch, you hold like this. That's the strongest way you can hold it. Nobody can make it fall. So you'll hold like this, okay? It will tell you. We know this is the upper, right? We will not hold like this. We know already this is upper end, right? So hold like this, and that will tell you. Make sure this is acetabulum is covered by your fingers like this, lateral. So this is right side's hip bone. Make
Isn't
sense?
it always just open though? Like any way that it faces open is the side that it would be, right? Because if you turn it to the other side, it would be closed off. Your like, but if you turn it this way, your hip doesn't go in that direction.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So
it's always open.
yeah.
Right.
See here, what she's saying. I told you to hold like this, right? But you can say that I am holding like this. What is the difference? Because the acetabulum is for the head of the femur, right? So head of the femur comes from the side. So now if I hold like this to fit that, this is not working, right? So both should work, right? That anterior posterior, this is posterior, this is back, and this is lateral. Right? If I hold like this, one is working. This is posterior, which is working, but this is not working. Now if I hold like this is working, but this one is not working, right? So if you just remember 2 points, you are fine. Okay? So that is okay. Then tibia and fibula. Okay? Oh, sorry, femur first. This is the femur. Femur is the longest, largest, strongest bone of the body. And this is a long bone, so has upper end, lower end connected by a shaft. Okay, so first we'll see the upper end. This is the upper end, has a nice what? Head and long neck and 2 trochanters. In humerus you saw 2 tubercles, greater and lesser, right? This one has 2 trochanters, greater trochanter and lesser trochanter. Okay, very simple. Now, trochanters are connected by a line in the front that is called intertrochanteric line. Intertrochanteric line. In the back, by a crest, this is called intertrochanteric crest. Okay, so intertrochanteric line, intertrochanteric crest. Greater trochanter, lesser trochanter. That's all. Okay, that's the upper end. Now go to the lower end. Lower end, as you look at this, 2 large condyles. These are called condyles. Okay. So these 2 condyles, see here. These 2 condyles go to these 2 condyles of tibia. This is tibia, okay? The leg bone. This is the thigh bone. So these 2 are what? Condyles. And these 2 are also condyles. Make sense? So condyles of femur sit on the condyles of tibia. Make sense? Now, this is medial side. This is lateral, right? So this is medial condyle, this is lateral condyle. Because we know that head is medial, this way. So medial and lateral condyles on the knee joint. And which small bone is attached here, everybody? Patella, right? Kneecap, you know that. Kneecap is attached here. All of you know that. So this surface is called what? Patellar surface. Make sense? So this is patellar surface. So at the lower end, you have 2 large what? Starts with C. Condyles, right? And a surface, patellar surface. Is it clear? In the back, you see in between the condyles, you have a fossa. You have what? Fossa. Intercondylar fossa. Because between 2 condyles. Make sense? So all these, if you just think a little bit, will make sense. And when it will make sense, easy to remember. Okay? Good. So this is what? A femur. Longest, largest, strongest bone of the body, right? Upper end has a head and a how many trochanters? Greater and intertrochanteric crest and line. Crest in the front, line in the back. Okay? In the head, there is a depression here, pointed. That is called fovea capitis. You'll see in the lab manual, fovea capitis. Okay. Now lower end, right? How many condyles? 2. And in between condyle, you have a fossa, intercondylar fossa. Make sense? And in the front, you have a surface for patellar surface. Okay? Now, that's the femur. Tibia and fibula, the leg bones. This is the larger, this is the smaller, right? Bigger one is tibia, smaller one is fibula. Okay? First we'll see tibia. Tibia, remember, is the medial bone of the leg, medial, and fibula is the lateral one. Okay? So this is the tibia, medial bone, and this is the fibula, lateral bone. Okay? Remember that. First we'll see the upper end. How many condyles it has? 2, right? And in the front of the upper end, you have an important structure that is called tibial tuberosity. It's rough area, tibial tuberosity. While a very important structure is attached, that is called patellar ligament. You know when you go to the doctor, they tap here with the hammer, right? To see the knee reflex or knee jerk, right? It's here because patellar ligament is attached here. Okay? So to see if the leg kicks forward, right? So that is the upper end. Now at the lower end, you see here, it's like radius and ulna. You remember lower end of radius and ulna, extended part called stellate process. In this case, similar structure here, slightly extended downward. But in this case, in case of leg, it is called malleolus. In case of arm, it is called what? Stellate process. In case of leg, it is called malleolus. So this is medial malleolus because this is the medial bone. Okay? You also have malleolus in fibula. This one. So this is called what? Lateral malleolus because this is the lateral bone. Make sense? So now let's go over. Upper end has how many condyles? 2. And the tuberosity, that is called what? Tibial tuberosity. Tibia. And which structure gets attached here? Patellar ligament. We hit the patellar ligament to test the knee jerk or knee reflex, right? Okay. At the lower end, you have extended part that is called what? Malleolus. Malleolus. And so this is medial malleolus because this is medial bone, and this is what? Lateral malleolus in arm, right? Fibula. So fibula has a head and lower end and malleolus. Okay. So that's the leg bones. Similar to radius and ulna, you see here, tibia and fibula are attached to each other at the upper and lower ends. So upper one is proximal or distal? Proximal, right? And lower end? Distal. So proximal tibiofibular, distal tibiofibular joint. Simple. Named after the bones. And in between you have that strong connective tissue membrane. That is called what? Interosseous membrane. So the radius and ulna and tibia and fibula are very similarly attached, right? Those two. Foot. In your foot, you have 7 tarsals, 5 metatarsals, 14 phalanges. Now you tell me, everybody, in your hand, how many carpals?
8.
8. But in your foot, how many tarsals? 7. So 1 is less, right? 1 less. 8 foot. Then the metatarsals are how many? 5. How many metacarpals you have? 5. Makes sense? Say. How many phalanges in your hand? 14. Remember that? Same number in feet. In your foot. Okay? 14. So only 1 less, right? That is the tarsal. 7 tarsal. But you have 1 bone more here that you don't have in your arm. That is what? Patella. Right? So that makes up. Like, no, 1 short here, but you have some more here. Okay? Now, the largest tarsal bone is the heel bone. The heel. That is called what? Calcaneus. The heel bone, okay? And second larger is called talus. You see here, this one is talus. And look at this. The lower end of tibia articulates with talus, okay, attached to talus. So basically what happens, you see, the body weight goes through the vertebral column, right? Then through the pelvic brim, through the pelvic girdle, right? Pelvic girdle, hip bone, then to the femur. Then from the femur, who receives the body weight, tibia or fibula? What do you think? Tibia is the stronger one, right? And tibia, you must remember, a few minutes ago, I mentioned that you remember? This is femur, right? So from the femur, the weight should go to tibia. Fibula is attached here, you see. Here. Fibula is not attached to femur. Fibula is attached to the head of upper end of tibia here. Okay? So the weight directly goes from what? From the femur to the tibia, right? And from the tibia, it goes to the talus, because talus is attached here. Okay? Then from there, go to the calcaneus. Okay. Now the last thing, so you know that heel bone is the calcaneus and talus is the second larger, which receives the weight from the tibia. And you see from the talus, weight goes to the heel, right? We stand on the heel. Now the weight goes directly like this. This is your foot, this is your tibia. So it goes like this, and from the heel bone to the ground. Now sometimes, you know, girls particularly put on high heel shoes, right? So what happens? This is the normal position of your foot, but if you put high heel, it goes like this, right? The heel moves up. So from the leg, the weight, instead of going to this way, a lot of weight goes there, okay? To the front of your foot. And that can cause problem, because if instead of going the weight this way, now going this way, okay? So that can cause, these joints are not designed to carry a lot of weight, okay? So these joints are not designed to transmit weight. So those small joints can get inflammation because of the friction. I'm not telling you not to wear high heels, okay? I'm not telling you to not. Okay, so yeah, that's all for